Hello everyone, this is lecture series 2 under Computer Networks Lab dealing with the second experiment. In the last video we have seen about how the implementation of point-to-point network with 4 nodes having a duplex link is implemented, and we are checking the network performance by setting the queue size and varying the bandwidth. Today in this video we will be seeing about the second experiment, which is implementation of 4 point-to-point nodes. That is point-to-point network. You will have nodes N0, N1, N2 and N3. So here you are going to apply two protocols, that is TCP and UDP, and you will be observing which all packets are sent by TCP and which all packets are sent by UDP to the respective nodes. So moving inside the program, now here you can see set ns new simulator. As I have already told, you are creating a new simulator to write your program. So where ns is nothing but it is an object, and simulator is nothing but it is a class, and new is nothing but the operator. So under a new class simulator, an object called ns is created with an operator new. Now after creating this new simulator terminal, you are going to write the program. That is what you have to create next. You have to create a trace file and the nam file, animation file and the trace file. So for trace file, we will name it as tr. Animation file, it is nam. So these both you are creating. This lab2 is nothing but the program that you are saving. It can be experiment 2, lab2 or node 2 or some other thing, what the name you give it to the experiment. So dot tr, w is it is in the writing mode. It is not in reading mode. If there is any changes or errors when it appears during the execution, you are free to correct it. So it is in writing mode. Now you have set the trace and nam file. Now here in this program you are setting blue and red color. Color 1 is blue and color 2 is red. Why it is set is, we are going to assume that the packets that is dropped by the TCP, that is sent for the transmission because of TCP, will be shown in blue color. UDP, if it is because of UDP, the packet's movement is because of UDP, then it will be shown in red color. Because the question we know, determine the number of packets sent by TCP UDP. If it is of same color, how we cannot determine which is TCP and which is UDP packets. So that is why we are mentioning two colors, blue and red. So always the dollar symbol must be used because it is meant to add the new contents to the simulator. Next, finish. So this will be your final step. We'll come to that later. So after setting your trace and nam file, you are setting the number of nodes that is required. So here I need 4 nodes, so I am setting N0, N1, N2 and N3. If you require only 3 nodes, then set only N0, N1, N2. So based on the requirements of nodes, you are setting the particular nodes, and after setting the nodes, you have to define what is the link. It is unicast link or duplex link. So you have to determine which kind of link it is from one node to the other. So here we are determining from node 0 to node 2, it is duplex link. 1 to 2, it is duplex link. 2 to 3, it is duplex link. So each of the nodes which is connected across follows the duplex link. That means you can send and receive the data at the same time. And you are setting the bandwidth and a particular interval of time for the transmission of packets. So 2 MB will be your bandwidth and 10 milliseconds. So based on the nodes, it may vary. 2 MB maybe 3 MB, or the 10 milliseconds will be 30 milliseconds. So it may vary. It all depends on how we set a data. And this is the drop tail method. After this, you are going to set the queue limit. So now we have told that it is duplex line, data is going to receive and transmit at the same time. But then you have to determine how many datas a node can accept. So that is nothing but you are defining the queue limit as Queue limit for node 2 to node 3 transmission will be 50. So till 50 packets the node 2 to node 3 can transmit or receive. After that it will not be receiving it. It will be buffered. Okay. So for that you are creating a new class agent TCP. So for node 0, from node 0 you are keep on calculating the TCP. So for node 0 TCP 0. So this will be your set class 1. For the set class 2, what you are doing, once the TCP is set, the packets that is sent through the TCP, it will form a new application layer. So because of the node 0, this application layer FTP is formed. Now again you are creating a new class called as TCP sync. It is nothing but it is the sender node and this is the receiver node. So sync always determine the receiving end, destination end. So this is the sender end, that is it is going to send, creating a class TCP, and it is going to send the packet and it is received here at the sync, TCP sync. Okay, now again you are creating a new agent UDP at the point at a particular node, and from that you are setting a class 2 where you are going to develop another sync. If it is through UDP, then between any two nodes, here you can see between any two nodes 0 or 1, 2 or 3, the UDP will be set up. For that you are determining that UDP 0, and finally you have determined the TCP and UDP packet transfer. Now after determining TCP and UDP, you are supposed to set up the packet size. So the size of the packet will be 1000 and the interval to send one packet. Once the packet is sent, the other node should receive it. After that, there should be an interval of 0.005 milliseconds. Then the next packet will be sent. So that interval is set. And if there is null values in the packets also, it is supposed to be accepted. So that also you are initializing. You are initializing start and stop. So start and stop, you will be initializing at what time it should start. So for node 0, it should start at 0.1. The FTP should start by 1. So when it should stop, all those you will be determining, and finally the finish procedure. So for the finish procedures, we have already seen in the above procedure how it is going to finish, how what you are going to flush the complete data into the trace file, and you are going to finish the data. You are going to execute the complete code. So finally, how you will see is, as usual, you will open the terminal ns2 you will be opening the simulator terminal where you have typed. So in that you will be giving vins.ns1.tcl. ns1 means maybe my experiment number. I am saving it as ns1.tcl. So here you will be typing the code, and then after typing, save it. To save and quit that window, we are clicking on escape colon, give WQ. So it will save and quit and open a window where you have typed this. You will type this ns1.tcl. It means you are going to extract the data. So once this is typed, the animation file will open showing the different color, blue and red color, which packets is sent through TCP, which packet is sent through UDP. So and after that, when you go to the terminal, you can see the number of packets that is sent through TCP and UDP in form of numbers. So animation file is also done, and trace file also you have done and seen the output. Hope you have understood this. Stay tuned for more information. Thank you.